I hate to keep bringing this up, but once we get into lies and deception, I have to bring it up so that I can put the truth out there, because this is unacceptable. Spreading lies and deception is unacceptable. I got another comments thread recently. This is another going trend of somebody that has been looking at the videos for 7 years, and they used to make reasonable comments. Now they're talking crazy. I got another thread from them talking crazy again. I'm getting tired of this. This entity, which we all know is a dumb nuts spammer goofhead that needs to find something to do with themselves, and they post this unintelligible trash into the box, and then I get told that I shouldn't tell them to not do that. Okay. Nothing about that comments box has to do with me agreeing with or disagreeing with what they said. I'm a very open-minded person, and if you post something into my comments box I don't agree with, there's not going to be an issue, because I possess the capacity to understand that certain people think differently than other people, and myself, whatever, and that's how people work. I have no problem with that. I'm also not closed to criticism, because criticism is often how you grow, but you have to take it from people that have been around for a long time. They know what they're talking about, and they're intelligent. I don't take criticism from nutcases, which is what we're working with here. So they're telling me that I'm so rude, and I've done this to this entity here several times. So I searched all the comments, which you can do by typing the username in here, and I looked through the list of what they've posted. I became kind of surprised to see, and very upset to see, that this entity has in fact been peeping the videos for 7 years, and it goes all the way back down here, and everything is reasonable. Well, I guess 6 years. They've been peeping the videos for 6 years, and all the comments that they've posted here are seemingly reasonable. Okay, everything is fine. 6 years, everything is still fine. 2 years ago, everything is fine, and then all of a sudden they fall apart. And they got commentary about this video that I recorded of taking some picture of somebody's window fans. And then you're telling me, I don't know if it's a good idea to be recording people windows like that. Somebody think yeah, well, you know what? You can walk into the store and all of a sudden people are thinking the worst case scenario. It is what it is. You can't worry about what people think. People just think and they talk, and it is what it is. Anyway, so we're just going to show the video real quick so that you can see what it looked like, because I want to explain something here about this video. Okay, now this ad ought to be worth like 10 beans because it's getting a lot of publicity. Okay, so this is the video. I took a video of the fan, exclusively the fan. I'm not showing the house's address. I'm not showing anything that you can see inside the window. I'm not showing any context, just the fan. Now you could go on Google Pictures or Google Street, whatever it is, and you can get the same image, and you can get the context. You get the entire house. You can get the coordinates of where the picture was taken. You get the address. You get everything, and that's legal. You can take pictures of somebody's property, anything in sight, from the street, generally speaking. That's legal. This is legal to do this. It's not invading their privacy. It's not exposing anything. It's a video taken in plain sight from the street. You can do that. Nothing wrong with it. Could somebody blast out the door and say, what are you taking pictures of? Sure they could. I could go into the grocery store. Well, what are you doing? You're going to steal food or something. People do it. They just talk. It is what it is. I had no malicious intentions of recording the video, and nothing happened. You know, you got to figure too, people's on those stupid phones all the time. People don't even think nothing of it anymore. People are taking pictures, video all the time. So nothing wrong with that video at all. Okay? Nothing wrong with it, and I explained that to him. This is not jumping down someone's throat, as he's saying. This is just stating information. That's all. Okay, let's go on. This comment was fine. Okay, and this is where it really starts to get out of hand. So this is the first and only time. So they can say multiple times, but that's not true. This is the only time that I really got into it with them, because I was doing this video with this fan and it was making a noise, so I pulled up the canopy to take a peep under there to see what was going on. I didn't go downstairs and cut the mains off and turn all the power off, blah blah blah. And so they say, don't start messing with the guts of a fan without shutting off the power to the circuit. Well, first off, obviously they don't know how to work on equipment, because when you're working on equipment, most of the time you have to troubleshoot with it on, because you get a bearing sound coming from somewhere. Well, you're not going to find it with the thing off. Or you get something vibrating, you're not going to find what's loose with the thing off. You have to have it on to troubleshoot. Not only that, and a lot of, like in the bedroom, I know how it's wired. If I turn the switch off, I know it's off. But when you're out in the field and you're working on equipment, you don't have the luxury of knowing that everything is shut off. You don't have the luxury of knowing that the circuits are wired correctly, and when you turn that breaker off, every bit of power is off. You don't know that. And so when you're working out in the field, you have to go in there with the presumption that it's live. And you have to do the wiring, and you have to manipulate the equipment with the presumption that it's live, because it could be, or someone could switch it on, or you never know what's going to happen. So absolutely go in there and mess with it live. And if the wiring is done correct, what I did in the video wasn't even dangerous, because if the wiring is done correct, which it was, all the connections are tight, they're closed up, you can touch anything in there and nothing's going to happen, because electricity is not just going to jump out and get you. If the connections are good and the thing's built right, which it was, perfectly safe. So that's baloney. You absolutely mess with stuff with the power on. You have to, okay? And then they go on to say, also, as your friend, which that statement right there, the other one that gets me a lot is, with all due respect. Those are stupid filler phrases, and people think that it gives them the right to just talk crazy after that. Those are garbage phrases. People that are reasonable don't say that kind of stuff. You need to get your hair cut at least a little bit. Lockdown is over. Lockdowns? Well, lockdowns. I haven't cut hair in years. Way before this, what do you call it, the thing that's going around right now on the news. Way before that. I've had long hair for a long time. So no, I don't need to cut it. I go to work looking like that, fixed all the stuff looking like that, and you know what? I know what I'm doing, and if you know what you're doing, no one's going to care. You get these people that don't know what they're talking about. They're the ones that make commentary. Okay? So even this other person thought they was posting garbage too. Everything they say is completely logical. Nope, none of that's logical. None of it at all is logical. So then they come back. They ask about drones. I said I'm not, which is not jumping down anybody. That's just answering the question. And then we get this comment where they're trying to defend this person posting stupid spam. And so I said, you're a fool if you think that this is an intelligent comment that shouldn't be, canceled out. And so why isn't this scrolling correctly? And so now we get the extremes. I always say stuff like that to people that leave comments on the videos that don't exactly get, that I don't exactly get, or that I don't think is the perfect comment. Well, that's not entirely true, because that's not true at all. It's not true, because if that was the case, 50 of the comments on this page would be acceptable, because most of them are not perfect. That's life. Life isn't perfect, so that's irrelevant to begin with. Not everyone knows how to leave Jordan's style of comment where you totally agree or completely get. Stop being so rude, so people. Okay? You've done it to me the last several times I commented, and it's several rude. No, I did it once when you was incorrect. And this is not a Jordan style comment that makes sense. Nobody with a brain can read this and say that this has something to do with the video and this makes sense. And if you look at the context of this person, you'll know they're a complete nut job. I'll see if I can try and search for them in the box. I'll just search here. We're done with this one anyways. But so look at this. It's unbelievable. And again, there's other persons coming in saying it's the garbage, you know. You don't have to belittle people or jump down people's throats like you've done with me several times. Only once did I correct this person, and it was not aggressive. It was just stating that they're wrong, which they were. I have a feeling that if this was in person, you certainly wouldn't come across the way you have in the past of people's faces. Just say, oh no, let me tell you something. I have no filter, and I type nothing into the computer that I wouldn't say to somebody's face. Seriously, because there's too much of, oh, let's not offend anybody with this. No, I don't have time for that. If something is, then that's what it is, and that's too bad if you can't handle it. Let me type this person into the box here. What a stupid username anyways. See, they just post trash. Everything they post is garbage. That was a great thread. I would absolutely say that in person. I've said it in person to people. That was a good one too. See, it's all garbage. It's just all garbage that they post. And you're going to tell me I'm attacking people and coming at people and being aggressive? Absolutely not. That's a bunch of baloney.